Heads or tails? Which do you choose? Let's go on a trail. No one will lose. Yes, no one will lose because today we're going to find out about heads and tails. See that elephant? Elephants have 2 tusks and a long trunk on their heads. This Congo peafowl has a crest on its head. Look at this beautiful blue crested bird. It seems to be very proud of the crest on its head, doesn't it? This animal with 2 pointed horns on its head is called an oryx. Can you say that? Oryx. Can you think of any other animals with horns on their heads? These ants have very large heads. The seahorse has a head like a horse's. Look at all those seahorses. Seahorses swim upright. Guess what their tails are used for? Yes, for holding on to branches. This is a pig. Look at all that hair around its chin. In fact, this pig is called a bearded pig. Look at its little straight tail. Its relatives here have curly tails. My tail is for swatting flies, says Mr. Red Cow. So is mine, says Mr. Horse. What's your tail for? My tail is for showing I'm happy, says Mr. Dog. My head, my shoulders, my knees, my tails is what Mr. Monkey seems to be saying. Monkeys use their tails to help them climb trees. These lemurs have stripy tails. Most lemurs have long tails as well. Look at all those tails. Do you know what this animal is called? Yes, it's a skunk. It produces a nasty smell from its bottom when threatened to put off its enemies. This lady is placing her head under the skunk's tail. Head under tail. Will this lady's head survive the skunk's tail? Phew, look like she's safe. She found out that this skunk really didn't stink as such. But then she's a friend and not a foe. That's the tail of a rattlesnake. Loose rings on the end of its tail rattle when the snake is threatened. Here are some other snakes. Can you think of other animals with interesting tails? This peacock's tail feathers are for showing off, especially when fully open. While the fish's tail is for swimming. The tail fin of a fish is rather like the rudder on a boat, and it helps the fish to steer. These scorpions have stings on their tails. Look at that huge tail. It belongs to the rhinoceros iguana. Its skin does look rather like a rhinoceros, doesn't it? The rhinoceros iguana is a very large lizard. Some smaller lizards have tails that come off to help them get away.